Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your monthly Earth Tribe report. This is the Peace Dealer, and we are going to break down Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for the monthly Earth Tribe report season of Gemini. The earth element represents your physiological function and experience, developing a character of integrity. And yeah, if you don't have planets and earth signs in your chart, this can still resonate with you. Although, for those of you who do, this will be a lot more direct. Progressed placements, you are welcome. Side reel, I don't know what you're doing here, but if you want to do the side reel thing, you do you. Okay, a fucus, get the fuck out. If you're a 13, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out of here now. I mean, goodbye. If you're doing that a fucus shit, the 13's like get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here right now. I'm so serious. If you're Vedic and you do side reel, but you at least believe it's 12, we don't really fuck with you like that, but you are welcome. You are welcome. You don't have to leave. All right. Well, you 13 zodiac signers, don't ever let me catch you in the same vicinity as me. All right. Don't it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. Okay. Shout out to the asteroid. Shout out to the asteroid connoisseurs. Okay. We gonna do the asteroid series very soon. I'm gonna start with we did Lilith, but I'm gonna start with Juno. We gonna do Juno. We did Lilith, which is like the dark feminine. We'll do Juno, the queen goddess. All right. Um yeah. So I have great news. Um Normally for Gemini season, the air tribe report is going to be free for the air brothers and sisters. But yeah, this season, since this is a very important Gemini season compared to previous Gemini seasons, um, this is preparing us for our 2026-2030 run. By the way, we about to have a whole 4-year run. Taurus had an 8-year run with Uranus. But yeah, we about to have a quick 4-year run with Uranus. So Jupiter's gonna expand the channel. And I mean, this isn't just for Geminis, because you're not a zodiac sign, right? This is for the Gemini portal, your brain. Aquarius is the mind, Gemini is the word, the thoughts, and Libra is the voice that performs the thoughts. Okay. Um, and once again, in your natal chart, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn will fall somewhere as this represents your physiological function, experience, and character of integrity. So, yes, all 4 tribe reports will be available. Um, for those of you who want to watch this publicly, you can watch the replay. All right. I hope you're enjoying this Gemini season. We're still barely just getting started. We're about to kick in the full moon. We're going to do the full moon tomorrow after the air tribe report. And yeah, this really was just kind of like psychoanalyzing how fucked we're about. I mean, how amazing things are about to be. Like, oh my goodness. And it's the Gemini season truly kicks off with the full moon. So there's that. You're gonna see the truth, the meaning of the truth of the experience that's been happening. And the more you know, the more angry you'll be, but just try not to care too much about it. But I mean, if you are, I don't blame you. It doesn't matter who you are. All right, let's go. um Neptune 29 degrees Pisces, I might have to make a video about that, even though it's going to retrograde soon. But collectively, we're reaching the apex of not intuition, but imagination, the OG of Poseidon in Pisces, 29 degrees, or the planet Neptune. And this is a cycle that takes like 160 or so years. So keep that in mind as I say everything I say. Of course, this is just my perspective. Take it and do what you wish with it. Um, there is an advent of not just the supernatural, but the metaphysical, which will, especially over the next 3 weeks, permanently alter the way you quite literally perceive everything. And I hope you have fun with that, because it's a lot of bullshit and fuckery that you're going to be wading through. And the right attitude and mindset is pretty much just vital at this point. Thank God for a Gemini season that every year, like a firmware update, updates your attitude and picks you up to speed to the bullshit. I mean, to the experiences that you're experiencing before we edit that draft 3 times during each season. All right. So we're going to start with Taurus. Yes, plenty of delulu. It is the height of delusion. But what's going to happen is Neptune is going to go into Aries over the rest of the decade. And everyone collectively in their own individual way is going to completely disillusion themselves from influencer culture, from the illusions of social media. Now that technology will integrate not only more individually, but promote, more social activity. So yeah, it's going to feel like everyone around the world is waking up from a very bad nightmare and dream. And people like yourself and I are going to look back at the stuff we did now with this enhanced consciousness like, wow, that was really strange. And, now with this illusion that's being disillusioned, with the Chronos literally cutting this veil and instituting a new cycle, it's going to reveal a lot, just kind of like how we're experiencing now. But yeah, for those of you who yeah, shout out to OJC. She's having her Saturn return right now. She is a force to be reckoned with. All right. She's an ultimate magic amount of stuff. But yeah, this, for those of you who are familiar with Genjutsu, an illusion, a Genjutsu has been cast on the populace a long time ago. We can even say around the 1800s. But yeah, people who don't have the ability to dispel illusions, they've just been caught in it. This is a high level complex genjutsu. It's crafted by celestial and metaphysical beings. So it goes beyond a committee of people like, we're going to confuse the populace. They're just at this point puppets of a collective unconscious. So yeah, some of you are ninjas, some of you are magicians, some of you perceive magic, right? So illusions may not work on you. This transcends intellect at a conventional level. So stupid people, the most intelligent people, smart people, slow people, they're all getting caught up in this illusion. So it's multi-dimensional in that facet. And with Neptune 29 degrees at the height and finality of this, we only have one more year of this, okay? And then it's all out war, even though the war is already here. So when the illusion fades, you'll be like, oh, wow, we were fighting the whole time. But thankfully, propaganda and entertainment exists. Could you imagine if propaganda and entertainment exists and I am having responsibility to basically can I say control, lead a whole nation? And I mean, I need some kind of propaganda so that, the truth that other countries say, every country has their own propaganda. I have to at least make sure I train the minds of the youth and people there so they can believe, the political affairs. And then, I mean, come on, entertainment, you guys get bored too easily. So I have to at least, we, it's a collective effort. We have to at least train the entertainment you're gaining. So, because I mean, if you guys have the time to actually see what's happening and actually care about what's happening in the world, but thank God we hire the most talented people to keep you distracted and give you something to talk about, which just gives us a higher GDP. Like everyone all over the world is waking up to this shit. Okay, it's not just like a decade long thing. This has been years in the making. So yeah, please understand where you stand in that and where you represent in that, because this is the end game and the final play is being made. If there is an illusion being casted, you need to ask yourself, what is there to be gained by keeping people deluded? And why do they keep killing people who are not waking people up, but helping people awake themselves? Anyway, if you didn't know the answer to that, Gemini season is going to begin to talk about that this year. Anyway, Taurus, let's talk about it. Cha-ching! Money, money, money. Yeah. And Taurus, you're not Aries or Gemini, because Aries and Gemini are the two most hated zodiac signs ever. It's really Gemini and Scorpio, but Scorpio, no offense, you kind of be asking for it. It is Gemini, we can play victim like Pisces likes to do, because we can do no wrong. We're like kids. And Aries is the one, even though, we might have our ways, people just be hating on us for no reason. And Taurus, people like to exploit you, so they don't hate on you as much. But I know we have seen people hate on you too, Taurus. All right. It's not, you're not exempt from this. And I like to see you win, even though you be throwing mad shade behind Gemini's back all the time. It's cool. You're still one of us. We're the original trio, Taurus, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. I'm not going to say that we're not annoying and we don't ask for it, but like still, Taurus, we fucks with you. I have Venus in Taurus, so I'm hella biased, but like it's cool. All right. And I like the fact that you're coming into your affinity. All right. Your second house, Gemini, you communicate the worth. You are the natural boss and producer. You let your value speak for you. That was bars. I like that. Second house value speak for you, Gemini. Boom. This is why you solid. This is why Capricorn, the goats, be loving to exploit you and just like basically split you apart from Aries and Gemini. Fuck Aries and Gemini. Taurus, you're rich. I like you. Come on. Yeah, Taurus is the production facility and the food. So they give Taurus preferential treatment because Taurus be showing up natural and elegantly, just ready to produce some shit. And Taurus is the Midas touch. Y'all keep forgetting Taurus is the Midas touch. The greatest example of this is Queen Jaguar Wright. Okay, go watch. If you watch Jaguar Wright's recent interview where she comes back, and this is literally every Taurus, the first thing that they asked her is like, hey, because Taurus does this too. Cancer dishes the tea, but Taurus will give you breadcrumbs. Virgo is going to spill up the receipts, but Taurus will give you breadcrumbs. And when they're giving you the breadcrumbs, you'll think they're hating or crazy. And then it just always comes true, right? So Taurus is the Midas touch. And the first thing and how they started that interview was the introduction of Taurus. It's like, last time when you sat on this couch, you said a lot of things and you blew the fuck up our channel. Like you made us popular. Like if you did not be a part of our production, we would not be as popular as we are. And she was like, yeah, it is what it is. And she touched it. That chair is her chair. She sat on that chair and raised the value of are you hearing me? It's a power. She sat on a chair and raised the value of that chair just by being there. That is the Taurus Midas touch. If you are a Taurus sun, you have that Midas touch. If you are a Taurus moon and even rising to a degree, it's not as powerful as the sun, but like any Taurus energy, that's your strength. It's not a super strength like Leo and Scorpio, and it's not like a celestial God level strength like Aquarius, but it is the original natural strength. Yeah. And you got that. You think that's a coincidence? All right, I'll do it again. The motherfucking rock, the Brahma bull, the greatest heel. Right? Let's talk numbers. This is an earth sign. So he decided to show up in this company, right? And then their numbers skyrocketed. People started, and what is in Taurus right now? Uranus and Jupiter. It's the World Cup and the Olympics in that bitch. Their economy is just soaring right now. Crypto started buzzing when it was in Taurus land. So like you see how the numbers went up because that's their quality. They are the Midas touch. Anything you put Taurus on, they are adding that. Like the value goes up. That's why the Leo Fat Joe said yesterday's price is not today's price, because fixed signs add quality to things, and you are the natural quality. Fixed signs bring energy, right? So how do you communicate that where over the next year you're going to be leveling up your thought process around what you're worth? You're basically leveling up a tax bracket or two, and it's going to be fucking lit. You have spent since 2018 you've been innovating the quality of how natural you are, how worthy you are. But this is through pioneering and innovating structures. You have to think about the psychology of Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus squares Aquarius of the mainstream and Scorpio of the social. So Uranus and Taurus is an innovative, independent startup from the mud that is doing what a mainstream competitor is doing, but may not be as restricted. It's going to be ahead of its time. It's going to be a little bit different. Think Rumble versus YouTube, right? So when you take that, that's Taurus's process and what Taurus has been doing. It's been allowing individuals to revolutionize and also ground a revolution, boycotting with your dollar. So the Tauruses with the suns, right, and are aware of this. The moons are feeling this. The risings embody this. You have been now embodying this natural source of innovation. Now, the way with which you express yourself is not only unconventional, you are leading the charge before Gemini gets the rock, and we just take this shit to every which way. But the reason why this is very key is because we need that solid foundation to, through this radical understanding of being able to source and ground wealth that other people can't see, because Uranus is trans-Saturnian. It's after Saturn, like Neptune. You cannot see Uranus and Saturn with a telescope. It's not a visible planet, like Pluto, representing the unconscious. And you might think that's hippy dippy bullshit. That's just like whatever. Please practice this. Like you couldn't be. And I mean, I give you examples and case studies all day. The Uranus transit here is expressing a new cycle of genius. So that's something to keep in mind, because once 2026 hits, everything that you've been innovating about yourself is going to automate your income. Taurus, you're getting ready to step into a period where your income is fully automated because of the production you have. You are the producer. All right. Unlike Aries that has that natural quality of production, you are that natural quality that Aries has. And this puts you in a position to not only, and that's why that every king, every fixed sign has something about them that's unique about them. Like Aquarius is the high nobility. They're the kings and queens that know who they are. That's their like celestial ability. Everyone thinks they know. They actually know shit, right? Well, Taurus's thing is they're self-made. They have the strength and determination to make it on their own. All right. Like Aquarius knows everyone. That's what adds to their mystique, because they know themselves. Taurus can make it from the mud. That's it. They're self-made. It's the lowest or the first of the royalty, but it has its own natural quality. All right. Hence why it's the slowest or slower than others. But of course, it lasts physically, like a very good foundation in a building. And you've been building that building. And eventually, near the end of the decade, Kronos, Saturn, is going to catch up to Uranus. So you have like one, and then eventually Neptune, right? Pluto's not going to get there. So your transits are looking good. This facet is just revolutionizing things to prepare for this new order, this natural order with Kronos, right? And we'll talk about it. But yeah, Jupiter going through Gemini is expanding the quality with which you can wrap your mind around what you're worth, especially when you consider that some of you have been pioneering certain things that other people have not caught up to, and you have not been able to really come into a true sense of what it's worth until now. And you want to lead that, and don't let other people dictate that for you. And it's Gemini. It's going to sound fucking crazy. I hate to break it to you, because Taurus, you can hold yourself back by trying to be too grounded. No, it's going to sound crazy, just like Jaguar Wright. And then it was true. And now look. So, like, I'm just saying. So this season, you must proclaim what you're worth. And if people don't say you're crazy, you're not doing it right. All right. Venus is going to, your ruling planet Venus is going to come through and just polish all the golden, beautiful words you're saying. So it's like your literal words are gold. In fact, you need to start charging people for their word. The only thing people can do is hurl names and insults at you, because they will never be as valuable as you. You bring your own value to the party. Taurus, you're the sign that makes people uncomfortable, and now they have to try and flex, whereas you don't have to do that, because your value is intrinsic, because you carry yourself with such a natural swagger. You're the bull, right? And if people are strong like you, real recognize real. If they're weak, they start buckling. And, some people don't like to see you win. I told you, you're not getting hated on as much as us and Aries, but you are getting hated on. Okay. And some people do not want to see you win. And with Pluto squaring you, there's certain social trials. You know what I'm saying? Some of you might need to face a few accusations. Some of you may have to face extreme vitriol so you can show, okay, I'm nothing to hide. I'm innocent. Boom, this is how I handle this stuff. It's one of those make or break situations that can end you, but with integrity, it's gonna like soar you up. So this is a really huge preparation for next year when we move forward with this new cycle. And it's showing you, right? Like, right, the rest of the month off top is you really coming into this true awareness of how immediately you can cash in on this value, just immediately. And it doesn't have to really, you value truth, so it doesn't even have to, it will translate into money, but it doesn't even have to. Like, that's just one way. Your words are gold, so like you can literally charge people for word you say, and you won't do that until Saturn goes into Gemini. You're gonna trademark your words, but like we're still gonna evolve it, innovate it. And you definitely got this shit, Taurus. Now let's talk. So that's just really focusing on what's ahead of you. Now, what's behind you is the milestone victories and success you're coming into. Let me explain. Saturn and Neptune in your 11th is the dream team. This is like, everyone has that special relationship with Pisces. Libra has a cold one. You got it, Taurus. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. And now here's the thing. Your 11th house of associates, rewards from careers, hopes and wishes, and friendships, squaring your second house of money or your second house of value and self-esteem, is challenging you to make sure that the influence that's around you, whether due to jealousy or ignorance or delusion, don't really know your worth or value. Okay. The second house, 11th house square psychology is having your value, which for you is individual, truly individual, and the collective, the friendship, which is collective. Now, if you feel that you're way more valuable than you are, sometimes it's good to have friends that can, like, counter that and be like, we don't believe that. You know what I mean? And if they're friends you can trust, they can help balance that. If they're haters, then you can actually have the most valuable thing. And now, whether due to jealousy or delusion, you can kind of doubt yourself. So just kind of be mindful of that. This is going to be a really great integration of March of 2023, where you activated this dream team. You activated not only that, but the experience of the totality of everything you're going to achieve. This, in a way, is you now seeing it grow through the ground by you getting money. Listen to me, Taurus. You did it. I don't know what the fuck you did, Taurus, but this shit's about to be money printing, like, and like stuff you did in the past that you probably didn't even think people would like that. They like that. Okay. Not that you don't know your worth, but this is, and then the most important thing is real time. Communicate it. Talk shit. Talk so much shit. Talk shit like people wanted to see you fail. And it's like, ha ha, I mean, communicate your value. Talk so much shit, your friends is looking at you like, all right, Taurus, chill. Remember, you're not Taurus, you're Taurissimo. You're Taurissimo now. You're not the Taurus. You're not pre-2018 Taurus. All right. You're Taurissimo. Do you listen? Do you hear me? Okay. This is different. It's different. Your Midas touch hits different. And you always had it, but like you got it like that more than you ever got. And people like to underestimate you because you're modest. You're not flashy. You don't be trying to overflex like all the rest of these people. Okay. All right. So just let everyone else do. Where are they going to lead back to you? Okay. So just chill. Cancer, you too. People always got to go home at the end of the day. Right. So let's just chill. Let them talk their shit. You talk your shit. And you're going to find that the shit you talk literally costs more money than the shit other people talking. I'm just saying. And in that case, it works better if you're the last to speak. You usually have the last word. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. And with that 12th house nodal axis, in understanding this value, it's going to help you release imposter syndrome, doubt. It's going to help you know how to take this hidden action to transcend who you believe you are. All right. The Pluto trine to Jupiter and the sun initially is what is going to extremely awaken this new precedent of this awakening of your legacy and your career. So that's what's going to really translate into wow. Like some of you, it's like the pool is being broken on how much more you can reach, for better or for worse, because it could also mean extreme hate. In fact, over the next 20 years, some of you can become infamous, like infamous, or you could just be extremely famous. Like it doesn't have to be fame, but trust me. So, just mind that this is very revolutionary for sure. And yeah, you're also sponsoring that 29-degree Venus and Jupiter at the end of the sign. So it's a really great way to end chapter 2 and move into chapter 3. All right, Virgo, let's go. Okay. Let's talk about the fact that people are so threatened that you just drop facts. They have to like twist narratives and stories to, for some reason, like say you're the bad guy in most cases, which is going to be irrelevant to what you're saying. You'll know it's bullshit because there's the facts you're saying and then there's everything else they're saying just to get distraction from the facts you said. But yeah, with that being said, I'm not even going to talk about Gemini. Y'all be throwing a little bit of shade on us, but sometimes we ask for it. We're going to talk about Pisces. See, Virgo is still embroiled in this silent war. And if you haven't been following this war, the best analogy I like to really give for that is, when I limit your rights as an individual, first I have to go towards how I identify you. Then we hit Taurus. We make sure you don't value yourself as much. They really try to get Gemini, which is controlling speech, because if I don't have the freedom to speak, that's one thing. Then Cancer got it the worst because that was very hidden. Just the incredible gaslighting through 2020 and 2021 that 2018, 2019, 2020, the height of gaslighting. And then that was when they really went hard. 2021 to 2023, they attacked Leo. Leo was attacked. This is the most that you have to get the first four first. Once you kind of get someone to doubt their individuality, then you attack the heart, Leo, the courage to really vocalize these things and to rile the crowd. Boom, they started to get at mad Leos too, but just the thing that can stoke the fire revolution. And that's why Virgo is the last stand. This is the end of the world cycle. Like this opposition, and Virgos are not going out without a fight. So I'm really liking that. But this is the last stand. Like if they take out the Virgo, then nothing's real anymore. Do you see where I'm getting at? So and so if you get rid of the people who call out the facts, we're fucked. Look, we don't like them too a little bit. No offense, Virgo. We don't like them too, but you need a Virgo in the clique. Virgo is like a necessary existence. Okay. You need someone in the group that's going to call everyone out on their shit. I'm sorry. They even call themselves I'm sorry. You get rid of that motherfucker, everyone's delusional. Everyone's blowing smoke up their ass. You know what I mean? And it took them a while to come for Virgo. Now they're coming for Virgo. And I'm not just talking about Virgo sons. All right. I'm just saying it's just like this. A lot of people, this is a silent war. All right. So Virgo, let's talk about this opposition. This is very important because your ops are invisible and legendary. I mean, Pisces are your ops. Okay. And this is as a social perspective. Gemini is an individual perspective. That's my individual thought. Virgo is a social critical perspective. Now it's not just me thinking shit like, yeah, the sky is blue. I'm the sexiest man alive. I'm fucking I can think that, and that can influence my beliefs. Then I go socially, and it's now multiple individuals, and now through analysis in this critical, that's why it's a social sign. It's I'm the sexiest man alive. And now there are other people with their individual thoughts like, you're ugly as fuck. You ugly as hell. You ugly as hell. And now that's what opens the portal of debate, Virgo and Libra, facts and presentation, right? And then of course it's mutable. So this is going to, of course, take individual thoughts and now analyze it through, of course, critical thinking and analyzation. That's the Virgo aspect of Mercury. Then you have the God level perspectives. You have the Sagittarius that takes the analysis and then interprets the bigger picture and the higher meaning. All right. And then I shouldn't gloss over that. But then you have, of course, the ultimate Pisces, which is another collective perspective, which is the belief. So the mutable signs show you how the scientific method plays out. This represents the end of every season. Okay. The reason why you do the scientific method over and over again is because your interpretation and the meaning of an experience is always going to change in light of new information. So you must experiment, Gemini, and then we have to analyze that. And then we interpret what that means. This gives us a belief. And what do we do with that belief? We test it again. And boom, boom, boom. And they say astrology is not science. Anyway, so yeah, Virgo. Before we talk about the 10th house, we're going to talk about your 7th house. Saturn, 180 degrees from your sun, your moon, or in your 7th house as a Virgo rising, is still establishing this integrity of partnerships, this divinity and transcendent quality of not just divine counterpartship, not through your crush, but through everything. Pisces represents it's the final sign that represents the interconnectivity of everything that exists metaphysically beyond all dimensions of consciousness, and also represents the part of your life when you're old, right before you die, like 70 to death. Okay. So it's able to look beyond the physical, right? And through extrasensory perception, through imagination, connect and tie everything together. This is now opposite Virgo, which now dissects and looks at everything as a separate individual piece, meaning Virgo is going to take the watch and it's going to take every individual component that makes up that watch. That's the opposite, the physical 3D down to the minute atom. And then, of course, the Piscean dream. Okay. Which means you have some legendary shady ass ops, Virgo. And what do you do when your op is a collective that's possessed by ghosts and beings beyond the physical? You would have to be super analytical, because so Virgo's magic is enhanced synesthesia, and they don't even tell you. Virgo is like a lie detector test in a way. They notice all the nuances in your body language, and they don't even tell you that you're snitching on yourself. They learned from Scorpio, or maybe they taught Scorpio. Libra thinks they're slick. Virgo is pretty real with it. So like it is what it is. And now they've leveled up the ability to do that. And once again, with Saturn opposite there, this is testing them relative to how fucking delusional people are. I'll keep a gun on you. But like, yeah, it's important because the devil is hating on you. If you believe Saturn is Satan, then Satan is in the sign of your ops. Yeah. And now the dark side of Pisces is, if Virgo is the facts, that could be twisted. Pisces is just not in integrity, the most vile, made up bullshit. and this delusion that doesn't care about the facts. And you can see this element in people who don't have integrity, that in the house of open enemies are weaving and controlling a collective narrative and belief against you, right? Like the media would be ruled by Neptune, right? So if you're not in integrity, then this is going to signal the opposite, where you're being called out and put in check. The people who you're with who are in integrity will now provide beliefs and perspectives that complete your analysis. So just keep that in mind. Saturn is fully integrating the totality of your personality to move forward. Just to make this very clear real quick, certain people will just not like your personality no matter what it is you do. You will never, ever, ever be in their good graces. And they make it their point every day to make you know that. And deep within their soul, they are so incensed because you don't care. Because they can read body language too. They'll know if you're just acting like it, or if you really don't, and you don't give a fuck. So you don't care. In fact, you're almost wondering, like, why would you even think that that's relevant? And they know how to put a fake face and act like, oh, it's whatever. They hate. That's why psychologically they have to let you know unsolicited all the time, because deep inside they're grossly insecure. And when you have this sureness of self, and especially if they're evil, it intimidates them. Fuck them. Anyway, with Neptune opposite as well, this is transcending through others, how your imagination is directly connected through synchronicities with other people. Another thing you're not telling other people, which, okay. Anyway, Gemini is your 10th house of Kriya, and this is the completion of everything that you've done since September 2023. You are experiencing the produced effect of not only career goals you will see changing, but the accomplishment of everything that has happened since your birthday, if you're a Virgo sun, or the first house. All right. So you want to look at it like that. This is showing you what you have achieved. You're experiencing it now for the next 3 months, and the experience starts here. That's 1. 2. Now let's go back to 2016. 2016, Jupiter was in your sign. So you activated this evolution cycle 2016, 2017, 2018. You evolved your social value 2017. You evolved your wisdom and attitude and pure abilities 2018. Then you began to integrate 2019, the vision with which is the home to your critical perspective, the meaning, the interpretation, the hidden meaning as a critic that unveils hidden meaning. You evolved that home space. And then, of course, Capricorn 2020. Yeah. You evolved your incredible talents in integrating how you are, who you are. And then, of course, Aquarius 2021, you evolved the knowledge of your lifestyle. Okay. That led to the harvest 2022, where you now wrapped around to begin to integrate how you analyze yourself for now what you believe in others and what more you can believe in others. Then 2023, the transformation of how raw you enforce these boundaries and deal with others. And 2024, of course, 2023, 2024, or 20, yeah. The grounded values that your philosophy hangs on. Anyway, I said all that to say you're just completed the harvest. Now the next 3 years is completing this harvest, right? You just harvested, now you're completing this harvest. And that's a huge deal, because now you have completed the evolution cycle since 2016, and I need to tell you, this next year is going to be unprecedented. Like look, I'm sorry, you're very sharp, but like, you might be hiding from people, like, these people don't even know I'm about to be this successful, right? You're wrong. Nothing could prepare you for how much more successful you'll be in a way that can be very uncomfortable or exciting. So, like, let's say you feel you're gonna get like $5,000 more or $5 million more. You're gonna get like 500 million, and it's not what you're expecting. And a lot of this is because of the Pluto trine from your 6th that's completely transforming and awakening the supernatural quality of your lifestyle that you weren't necessarily able to understand through 2021 to 2023 because you had disciplined and locked in this authority over your routine that might have handicapped you. So now that Pluto's awakening this, the latent potential that you're not truly aware you've always had is exploding. It's going to be immediately evident as soon as Jupiter begins to like trine this. All right. Now, certain people are so fucking stupid. They have to create theories about why you fit in their box of understanding. So it's like certain people might in their own brains have to believe, oh, see, this is why this person is pretending that they're they're not angry, or this is why this person is inferior to me. You're triggering a lot of inferiority complexes in people because they're stupid, weak little bitches. And just keep that in mind because this is really testing how you respond to that and the integrity of how you believe in the collective, or because obviously not everyone is full of shit, just 99.9% of them. And now in how you wade through this is where in stepping into this evolution of your legacy, and let's think about what this is. You're the critic. Gemini is your 10th house. So individually you get your voice out, the Joe Budden podcast, boom. And of course doesn't always look just like that, but that's a classic example of, you know, what y'all do. And you need the opinion of a critic because they're going to unveil the hidden meaning that the rest of us may not see. What happens if you're threatened for doing that, right? Because maybe you're a little bit too real. So this is everything that's going to adjust. Mutable sign seasons adjust before the next season. Your perspective to see based off of what you believe you're worth, where you're getting ready to take this and complete this cycle in. And of course, you know, with the North Node in your 8th house, this is setting up an original element of wealth due to unique and original investment points that maybe other people wouldn't think to do because they're not you and they're not on point like you. So they couldn't see the value into that. I'm not glazing, by the way. Like I'm just speaking like straight facts. Like you're the masters. So like certain people cannot analyze at the level that you can analyze. And this is going to really poke holes in the main core challenge of this season for you. The 7th house, 10th house square. This is the season where you just want to make it clear. And I'm not going to tell you what to do, but this is a season where you're going to make it clear who is fucking with me and who's not. Because especially with Neptune here, like the pool of people who you're having to be responsible for, if you think Saturn is now harvesting the integration of karma and authority you've built within yourself since 2008. That was the last time Saturn was in Virgo. Okay. And now that it's in Pisces, this is the first time since 2008 you're actually experiencing the authority. I mean, let's really think about this. 2008 to 2023, you have had this very intensive karmic lesson of adding a very powerful element of gravity and responsibility to your life. All right. Doesn't matter who you are. This happened for everyone. But if you are Virgo centric, that was where you embodied that. And of course, it adds a lot of limitations and difficulty. So if you spend all those years disciplining yourself, now the harvest of that is you're able to apply that discipline towards other people. What does that look like? You're raising your standards. Well, some people are not going to believe that that's fair. And this is where you're dealing with difficulty, as this will level up the quality of people who you're with. This for Virgo rising setups, relationships. You could do case studies. It is frequently documented. People who that's why I like people who don't believe astrology is real or understand it. You're stupid. Like you didn't do the research. You're listening to hearsay from inconclusive research of people who don't even know what to look for. If you can we can do a test right now, get random people's natal charts. When Jupiter goes through your IC, you move or you renovate your home. Okay. When Saturn goes through your 7th, you usually get married or you get divorced or you go through a business partnership. The amount of people, and it's not like a causation correlation thing. It's just science. It's just science. And there's a reason for that. These are the cycles that govern our existence. It doesn't mean that you're a victim to them. You co-create with it. It's like the weather. You can't control the weather, but you can plan your day according to how the weather is. Same with astrology. All right. And it's always people who aren't astrologers saying this bullshit. Anyway, anywho, now that Saturn is here integrating this, it is establishing your authority with others. You got that badge. And a lot of people really just don't like it. All right. It can be, well, see, it is because people who don't practice astrology really, yeah, I'm gonna say that. People who don't practice astrology, people who don't read natal charts, people who kind of play with astrology like it's a pop psychology game, they're gonna prejudge people. And where there might be truth in their bias, this is why, it just gives it a bad reputation. But that's not their fault, because our education system failed us. If they taught this to us as children, we wouldn't be in this issue. But unfortunately, people pretend to be intelligent, flex ethos, and they don't really know shit. Anyway, Virgo, I hope you enjoy this, because once again, the expansion of this nature of what you not only believe you're expanding, but the square to the seventh is who are you taking with you? Because now with this square to the seventh, it's establishing powerful partnerships you believe in that's going to hit so much more with this expansion. So I'm telling you, you want to be very excited, because especially for those of you who've been really working hard, this is going to be one of those years that the whole year starting now, that's the best part, over the next 30 days. If you're watching this and you think I'm capping in any way, come back to this video in 30 days and look at me. I fucking told you so. That's it. It's going to be so noticeable, because the Pluto trine is you've already done the work on your behavior and routine. So this is going to really now awaken the latent part of this integration, and boom, you're gonna hit that very hard. Great for revivals, great for taking things in a new direction, rebranding. All right, Capricorn, the goats. Let's go. All right. For those of you, of course, who would like a live reading, click the description box below. Oh. Okay. So Capricorn, this is the point of integration for you relative to January, where you had your firmware update. I'm going to use the firmware update analogy when I want to talk about aspects of cycles. Okay. So of course, if you're a Capricorn sun, your birthday is your personal firmware update. Okay. If you're a Capricorn moon, you could say the lunar return, but the sun there could kind of be a form of update. The rising, this is if every year is a season that has 4 seasons, right? Every time the sun comes on your rising, you just started a new season, chapter 1. All right, cool. So with that being said, progressed as well. So with that being said, relative to January, late December, January, Gemini is very important, because now this is the 150 to 180 degree span. Ew, that's so disgusting. 150 to 180 degree span with which you integrate everything. And let's talk about how. Capricorn is your self-embodiment of integrity. Aquarius is your collective network, which is your net worth. Okay. Pisces is your collective imagination, which you're the GOAT. So that's your skill. You have the skill and ability to use extrasensory perception to dream up your reality. Rock with me here. Aries is your individual understanding of self, with which you find comfort in the raw originality. Hence, Aries being your 4th means that you're comfortable in spaces you can be authentic. No, it's not like that for everyone. Taurus's 5th house means your talents are naturally expressed. You're a connoisseur. And now that leaves Gemini, which is the enlightenment of thought process that allows you to integrate everything. Before Cancer, your opposite sign, the integrity of who you are, you express and perform sincerely. Okay. All right. Okay. So in understanding that, right, you, with the Gemini 6th house psychology, behave truly. You live the true lifestyle. You have like an angelic lifestyle. Angelic not pertaining to being good or bad. All right. And this allows you this buoyancy of habit that enlightens how it is it means you live a very smart fucking lifestyle. And now what if over the next year starting now you're leveling up how smart you live? If I want to really make this base, and it's not that you're leveling up how smart you did, you spent near like the past few years completely innovating your creativity. So it's not even like you leveled up your creativity this past year, but you've been innovating it. It's like if you used to play if you used to make live instruments, right? And it might take you 30 minutes to craft a tune. Now you're using a device that you can do that in like 5 minutes, right? Or the quality, you're innovating the quality with which you produce, right? And now that it's at the next level, shifting into Gemini takes this enhanced, innovated quality, and now you apply and produce the effect of that in your behavior. I mean, if I leveled up my creativity, then the creative nature with which I apply that to my routine is going to enhance considerably. And once we step post 2026, you automating your lifestyle. You like press a button and like you don't even need to work. And I know you guys are very hardworking, but yeah, it's a whole new era. Okay. And here's the thing. I feel like people think you need their respect. I understand, Capricorn. It's disgusting. It feels disgusting. I feel like because people are very intimidated by your position, and like people feel like you need their respect, even though that's the last thing you're looking for at all. And trust me, respect is important, but you know who and what you're respected by. And like this unsolicited need of some others for respect is just like, where did this even come from? You're fodder. You're not even nearly close to my level. Capricorn, I know it feels very weird. I understand. I really understand. And please just understand that relative to the North Node and Mars in your fourth, your comfort zone is shaky because you're inventing new authenticity and original understanding of how to sit in your power, especially because through 2023 the home, if the home that represented yourself, your self-esteem, if the home that represented your authenticity was like this big, now it's like this big. So you had to readjust. And this, for the first time, is readjusting your behavior around how much more comfortable you are in your own skin and how much more talented you are. How would you now build a lifestyle around that? Oh, and there's more. Now you're being given a bonus. So everything you used to do in your lifestyle, you can now do so much more. Your ideas are expanding on how much more you can apply because you've quite literally leveled up. So here's the thing. Since 2020, Zeus came through and expanded this cycle. You activated it 2020, 2021 Aquarius, and 2022 Pisces. Then you began to integrate it 2023 Aries, 2024 Taurus, and now Gemini is the final point of integration before you begin to harvest it over the next 3 to 4 years. And this is super exciting because this is where everything starts to make more sense than it has to. And I think for you, it's going to be very fun because you had a very stacked fifth house transit. Yo, I feel people are mad jealous of you. I feel like the way you naturally express your expertise really intimidates people. And a lot of this is Pluto that's coming through your first. Can I be honest with you, Capricorn? Some people are fucking afraid of you and they're afraid to admit it, especially because they may have never seen you like that. So you might have just popped out and shown something that to you is just kind of like, because remember, you're the God level sign. This is why people call the rock the Brahma bull, because he has the Capricorn moon. The bull is the Taurus. The Brahma part is his God soul, his God level soul. Boom, boom. So like, if you think about this, Pluto has awakened such an intensity from you that some people are afraid to admit they pussy. I'm sorry, they're very terrified of you. And this is the thing. It's not like you're toting around guns. It's not like you're yelling at people. You just have this very calm confidence that I think terrifies some people. And there's power in the way you do things. So now that Pluto is in Aquarius, right? This is the coolest thing about what's happening for you. Pluto is retrograding out of your second house over the next 20 years. This is awakening a supernatural quality in the way you can literally manifest. And now imagine if you had a supernatural quality. Imagine if you had a supernatural quality of value that you can literally just narrate and write down today. This dumb bitch gonna pay me $100,000. She thought that she can steal money from me, and that's it. And sure enough, on that very day, that dumb bitch did exactly that. You know the dumb bitch I'm talking about too, Capricorn. So the reason why that's very key is this opens up a sense of responsibility that if you had this quality, you need, integrity with, except you did that already. That's what you did. 2021 to 2023, your ruling planet Chronos said, hey, if you had the world, how would you really work with that? And you basically showed this facet of the universe over three years, 2021 to 2024, but really 2023. And this, of course, added a lot more limitations on rising up to a higher standard of your value. But the authority now, post 2023, if every Capricorn will let you know, comment in number 10 if this applies to you, pre 2021 and post 2023. Pre 2021, you were solid on your value, but it definitely, of course, was not shaky, but it put you in a position to maybe worry about the next level. Let's just say you were more aware of what needed work. Post 2023, you stand on your value. You stand on your value. Like post 2023, no one can even buy you anymore. It's like you have pronounced such an authority of your network and what you're worth. And mind you, what is Capricorn's second house? Knowledge. So if Taurus values truth and their word is their value, Capricorn, the stuff you know makes you fucking so much money. Dr. Fauci is an example of this. Whether you like him or not, Capricorns are still the greatest at what they do. So his knowledge of medicine is literally why has the success he has. And this is for any Capricorn, right? So regardless of that, post 2023, this genius quality of value, Saturn has stamped it. It's official. You've learned the lessons through this. You've had the trials. And the reason why that's very key is because now that this is in your third house, you're producing the divine effect of what added to. How do you vocalize that? How do you imagine that? Right? The Capricorn had you establish the integrity that was the hardware. Aquarius now established this knowledgeable quality of your worth, the knowledge you have. And now Pisces is having you imagine, resituate, evolve your imagination, transcend your imagination, reality warping. And yeah, that's really cool. However, now that you've done that, if you think Jupiter 2021 expanded the pool of knowledge, it leveled it up, then Saturn over the next 2 years put cement over the pool you expanded. Now Pluto's coming through, and it's the high pressurized energy and water that now this new form of wealth can handle. It's adding so much more intensity. So let's just say we did construction, right? And we took your net worth from maybe $1 million, you know what I'm saying, to like $10 million a year, right? Now that Pluto is coming through, it's intensifying how much at this level you can handle. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you were used to working at the $1 million range, and then this happened pre 2021, you wouldn't feel comfortable. You wouldn't feel confident having to deal with like $100 million. Like, oh shit, like it's just such a crazy jump. But now that you've gone through, up until 2023, you are confident with $100 million. You've learned the trials of how to manage your finances. You see what I mean? Now the next question is, well, what do I imagine that I want to do with it? And I'm not even going to spoil the surprise for you. So yeah, with that being said, Pluto trining that to your sixth house is giving you an initial awareness of how you think you should put this together, what lifestyle you think you should create, relative to this awakening of your finances. You're allocating your money and how you create your work. And now the sixth house is also a house of work. Second house is finances. Sixth house Virgo is where you work or how you work. And then the 10th house is reputation, legacy, and career. That's the earth trinity. All right. So the second house, your value, the more confident you are, the more you integrate that. And that's very key because that prepares you for the opposition in the seventh. How do you take your lifestyle and now integrate that with an entire other person where we need to make agreements where our lifestyles mesh? So this is preparing you for a whole new level of relationships with other people, which can make this somewhat romantic with Venus coming in your sixth, which will polish elements of your lifestyle. Whatever your routine was, you're quite literally leveling it up. So that's going to be a huge focus of Gemini season. How could you add greater health in your life, especially with the North Node, unlocking this deeper or rather more authentic sense of authenticity? Like with North Node in your fourth, you're not even like the South Node Libra means your professional associations that are just fake as fuck to you. You don't have to cut them off, but like you're only creating space for people where you can be your authentic self. Y'all don't understand. Capricorn has to be professional at all times. It's like the CEO of a company that doesn't have the luxury to be like, fuck this shit, man. Fuck this fucking bullshit. Like that's just not professional. Right. And they carry high positions. So Aries is their fourth house. After they do that, like Libra's customer service. Hey, how you doing? No, I totally don't hate the fact that you're wasting my time with your stupid fucking questions. No, you're always right. Can you imagine doing that all day? Capricorn is the manager of that. Like they have to put on face for everything. So when they go home, they want to be like Aries. Fucking shit. They're all fucking stupid. It was being the employee was being a fucking bitch today. Y'all don't know that is Capricorn. Capricorn turns into Aries when they go home. A lot of y'all don't know that because you see the Capricorn where you're like, oh no, that's irresponsible. Like, nah, okay, that's cool. That's cool. See, I didn't know that at first. I had to learn that. I was like, oh, once you learn someone's fourth house, like you know who they are at the high closed doors, yo. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like Virgo, you know how Virgo be Virgo, I hate this thing. You know how Virgo just be all classy in public. You know what I'm saying? Virgo is the prince, the princess. Like they gotta look at once they go home, they turn into Sagittarius. They just take all their clothes off and then they start, they just start throwing poop at the wall, like poof. Like, and you would never know. You would never know. They know how to code switch immediately. Like, what? You would never know. When I learned that, I was like, holy shit. Oh my God. Shout out to Taurus rising. When we come home, when Taurus comes home, they turn into Leo. Taurus will be the wallflower at the club, like, and then they come home. They turn to Michael Jackson and shit. Can't stop till you get enough. While they cooking food, it's like, where was this energy before? Like, what the hell is this? Hey, it's the Earth way. All right, y'all. So that's all I got for today. Catch me tomorrow. Eve Sage, I got you. Say less, B. Lauren, thank you so much. I appreciate you for sharing all you got. All right. I'm going to do this live reading with Eve. Click the description box below if you would like to join. All right. All right. Oh my goddess. Damn. Son, where'd you find this? Did I get that right? God damn. Ma'am. You need to warn me. All y'all with alien constructs, give me a heads up. Don't y'all keep surprising me like this. So, uh, first of all, 14-degree rising and 12-degree south node. Who sent you? Who sent you? Who sent you? I feel like I'm being audited right now. Yeah, you got the Virgo sun. Who sent you? And you will go, oh, Cat Moon. Someone sent you. Someone sent you. I hope, please don't play dumb. If someone has like a South Node Saturn, they represent an authority. That's all I'm going to say. So let me know who sent you. All right. Pluto, South Node, Saturn, Pure Queen Rising. Who sent you? You come from some underworld. I don't know. I don't know who sent you. I'm gonna do my best right now, but yeah, that's wild crazy. That's wild crazy. Okay, so you're a whole gangster. The how do I say that? The great master, but yeah, the Cat Moon is this goated, incredible understanding of your mastery of analysis. But in the 11th house, it could definitely add to your own natural or real social work and community involvement, even if you're a hermit, So yeah, I just kind of wanted to represent that. Lilith on the North Node, challenging you to take the wisdom you embody totally and purely, and to ground it through others. But see, you're destined to do this, and this is what forms your philosophical approach, since the 7th house is 9th house to your sun. So yeah, Gemini season as a Scorpio rising is going to transform your awareness of your career, because your awareness of your career is, of course, as a Virgo sun, that 270-degree angle that tomorrow is going to activate because you're 3 degrees Virgo. So you're going to feel that trine. This is going to hit pretty powerfully. And because that falls in your 8th house, your awareness of career is transforming relative to this experience of the success, who you trust with it. And you were born, of course, in 85. So you have Chiron in Gemini, healing communication, just triggering the bejesus out of people you communicate with, and really finding ways to adjust your message so that it's more palatable. Except now you're like, fuck if it's palatable or not. Jupiter's coming there and you're just truth blasting people. And if they die, they die. And that's why I'm like, who sent you? Because you're coming with just so much authority that it intimidates people. Like, you got the death rising, Scorpio rising. Are you serious? And then you have that intensity with Hades where you're looking directly at people's soul and you will check them. You will just pull some psychic shit. And then you got the Virgo sun. Oh my God, that's crazy. So like, yeah, I don't. Anyway. Oh my God. And you know what? You have Neptune 13 degrees and Chiron 14 degrees. So you just troll people. So you just tell stuff. You tell people things about themselves that you know that there's no way you could have known. You do people like that. That's why I'm saying, who sent you? You're some of the most dangerous people. People, especially Virgos like this. Virgos like this will just be like, just have a small talk conversation with someone like, oh, yeah, I had a great weather. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, by the way, I know you stole that pizza last night. And the person's like, bitch, how did you even know? It was just me in the room. No one even knew about the pizza. Like, you do that type of shit. That's crazy. I feel like that's a misuse of psychic ability. You do it to people who try to lie to you and shit. And it's just like, damn. Those are the Virgos that keep the receipts. Not every Virgo's like that. Some of these Virgos wait till the perfect time. Capricorn moon, I knew it. The goat. Yeah, to see the Cap moon Virgos. Let me tell you why. You have the goat Virgos, which are the Sag moon Virgos, but then you have the goat Virgos, which are like, those are like the creative ones. All right. So the Cap moon Virgos, they keep the receipts. They'll wait till just the right time. And then you got the subpoena South Node Saturn. Oh, by the way, facts, bitch. And then it's like, oh, shit. Damn it. And you wait until people lie, too. Say 8th house Gemini. You try and catch them in the lie. And, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, remember how you said that? Boom. What's this? Oh, see, y'all some of the most dangerous people. But, like, yeah. this is definitely going to let you know not only who you can trust, but who you can trust with what needs to be said. And it has to be said that this seventh house revolution for you is insane. You had the nodal return 2023, and now Uranus, Jupiter at the tail end of your ninth. You have completed the construction on your seventh. Like, you've established the beginning of these new partnerships that you bring so much wealth to. This, for a lot of things, is achievement of your destiny, right? But now, what are the results of that? Quite literally, what are the results of that? Who do you trust with this? What value you're establishing for and with others? And that's what this next eighth house lesson is going to teach you. But as a Virgo sun, the way it's going to look like to you is who you're trusting with this expansion in your career and who you're dealing with to facilitate that as well. La 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 la. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am out this mug. Y'all stay blessed as always. Okay, the best of luck. Let's all pray for her neck surgery. I love that you told me that, and Chiron of healing is there. So there's something very peculiar about your healing leveling up, and I think through you going through this will also definitely activate more healing ability. And me saying terms like healing ability would probably be disgusting to someone who practices medicine. So let me double down on that. I have the manifestation videos. You can use your intention to heal yourself. You have Chiron and Gemini. I'm not saying this should substitute the advice of a professional, medical professional. I'm saying you have Chiron and Gemini. So literally practice your Reiki and speaking and thinking of what you want to do. Practice the law of assumption. I got the links down below. And let's challenge the status quo. Y'all stay blessed as always. Peace.